Hello and welcome once again to Caversham Central. First things first, I owe you all an apology. I said that I would be uploading more videos and there'd be more stuff coming, and I think it's probably about 2.5 months since I last uploaded anything, so apologies. Just been really busy with work. I have been doing bits and pieces on the layout, not anything too major, but I'd like to just show you some of the stuff that I've been up to, and hopefully you'll like what you see. So the first thing is that I've been ballasting, which is just the worst job I think. Anyone that's ever ballasted a whole railway will tell you just how dull it is and time consuming and back-breaking as well. I've done pretty much all of it. There's a as you can see, one line going through to the station which still needs to be done, but that really has been the big job that I've been doing. So I've been using a blend of the Woodland Scenics medium grey and dark grey ballast, which I've mixed together and laid, and hopefully you can see that there. What I've also done is weathered most of the track. There's still a bit to be done, but I've been using two products. Firstly, here, Rail Match Sleeper Grime, which comes in a aerosol can. I'm hoping this will still have enough in it to finish the rest of the layout. If not, then I think I'll have to get another one. But that gives a nice kind of dirty colour. Let me see if I can. There, hopefully you can see there. Just gives it a nice kind of used look. And then what I've also used, particularly through the stations, is this Dapol track oil, which I've fired onto the lines through the station. If you ever look at the lines through a station, certainly at Reading anyway, the track's absolutely filthy with this black kind of tar. So I've used that on the airbrush and put that through the centre of the stations, and I'm happy with how this is all looking now. I think it looks much more realistic. I hadn't actually weathered track before, but it does make a huge difference to the overall impression. The other job that I've done really has been just filling in some of the areas between the tracks, just making it overgrown and a bit more lifelike. I mean, it's not finished yet, but I think that makes a big difference. So the way I've been doing that has been, again, using Woodland Scenics products predominantly. First of all, I have a fine scatter, and I use a mixture of, I think, earth and then light and dark greens. And then on top of that, they have a blended turf, which you can just see, where are we? Just here, which, if we zoom in, you can get a better look, which makes it a bit more three-dimensional and a bit more lifelike. And then finally, hopefully you'll be able to pick this up, but I've been using static grass over the top, so it just looks a bit more sort of rough, a bit more overgrown. As I say, still not finished, but certainly getting there. So we've done that at one end of the station, and also if we just move down here, down on the other side, you can see that's been done. I've also found a home for another of the new Bachmann Scenecraft line side huts, which I think looks good. I've also managed to install the lights into the oil unloading area. So we've got a couple of lights set up, which are the CR signals lights, which look really good. And then if we just zoom around, I think this wasn't quite finished last time, but I've finished the bank by the tunnel, which has been built up, and again given plenty of ground cover and static grass as well. So I'm actually really happy with this little corner of the layout. I think it looks really good. I also, just moving around, hopefully you can see this behind the light, but I've bought some new trees, including some fairly large sizable ones as well, which I felt a bit uncomfortable putting on the layout to start off with because they were so big, but then you know, you only have to look out the window and see the size of trees in real life to realise that they are often, you know, 40, 50, 60, 70 foot high. So I'm pleased with how they look as well. So yeah, trees will continue to sprout around Caversham Central. The other job that I've been doing has been weathering up quite a lot of the rolling stock, including my Pendolino, and that's been quite time consuming as well. I've done it using these products here, which again, hopefully you can see that is rail match, and this one is frame dirt. So frame dirt has been used on the bogies and the wheels, and then on the roof I've used a combination of the rail match roof dirt and also weathered black as well, all by rail match. I think I got it all from House Scenics, who offer a great service, and the result I think looks good. If I just come along the top of the Pendolino, I'm really happy with that look. It just looks nice and grubby and dirty, and of course, you know, much more realistic. So the Pendolino is one of the trains that's had the treatment. Lots of others have as well. The other items that I've been getting involved with from a weathering point of view are these limpet wagons, which I got on eBay, and they arrived, you know, completely pristine, and as you can see, that's no longer the case. Giving them a right good going over, and that's been using the same sort of weathering products as I'd use on a locomotive. I've also though been using weathering powders to just give it more of a just that sort of filthy worked look. The other product which I've been using is this Humbrol gloss wash, which comes in a variety of different shades, and certainly helps to just get all in the, you know, in the nooks and crannies of the item that you're weathering. So I'm very happy with certainly how these look. Took quite a lot of time on each one, but it's not a race, is it? So it was good. I also from eBay have bought some loads which have been popped in there as well, and they, I think, really add to the look of these limpet wagons. The other, well, some of the other wagons I've been working on are these Bachmann, I think they're MBA box wagons, and you can get them at the moment from Hatton's for about 14 quid each, which is an absolute bargain. Now they come pre-weathered, but in addition to that, I've given them a bit more of a going over. I mean, this one here I think was quite lightly weathered, but if you compare it to some of the others, you can see that they've been given a right good seeing to. I've also here just graffitied up one of them as well. Now I've also made loads for these, so these are going to be a scrap steel train, and hopefully you can see there that they now have a scrap load. There was an article in Model Rail a few months ago just showing you how to do this, and basically what it is a piece of cardboard, and I've just covered the cardboard with the metal sort of tea light candle bases to give it a metal base, and then literally I've just been around picking up the ring pulls off of cans. I've got some old springs, old nails, various just bits and pieces of old scrap that I've found on my travels, and just cut it up really small. I mean, there's old railway track. I think there's an old tea strainer which fell apart as well from the kitchen. I might have helped it fall apart a bit actually, but don't tell the missus. Anyway, so what you've got there is a load which I think looks really realistic, and I'm very happy with the overall look of of this steel train. I'm going to get another wagon to make it a rake of 5, which I think is probably about the right length for the layout. So that's everything that I've been up to. As I say, apologies again for the lack of updates. I will try and get better, but work's kind of manic right now, so you know, bear with me. In the meantime, I'll definitely put at least one update video up before Christmas. I'll also at some point try and get some trains running here as well, so you can see some of the rolling stock making its way around the layout. As ever, thanks very much for your comments. Please feel free to add any advice or words of encouragement or criticisms, constructive criticisms at least. That'd be great, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks very much.